Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And yes, the elephant in the room is the thing called Black Economic Empowerment, or BEE. It has destroyed South Africa. South Africa's dead. South Africa's been destroyed. And I got this email from Mark, and a friend wrote something which I need to put on the record because in years to come, when they look back at what happened at South Africa, this kind of spells it out. We are now in stage 6 load shedding. We're talking about Eskom and the power being off. This is uncharted territory, so let's unpack it a little. Some years ago, I wrote about a startling fact that few were interested in at the time. That simple fact was that Eskom, our national energy utility company, was running on standby generators. Nobody responded, so I shut up and moved on. But I never stopped thinking about the simple, startling fact. Why is our national power utility running on standby generators? The answer is complex, but one element of that answer is diesel fuel. You see, a lucrative contract was given to a politically connected person to supply diesel. That diesel wasn't the cheapest because the supplier never manufactured the diesel. They merely bought it from a real diesel supplier that wasn't allowed to enter the game because of the rules of that game. That game is called Black Economic Empowerment, or BEE. And it has deindustrialized a country that once produced 40% of all the gold ever mined in all of recorded history, from the Incas to modernity. Now, just on that particular point, a lot of the mines in South Africa right now are shutting down because of load 6, or stage 6, load shedding. Let's continue. South Africa once pioneered the production of oil from coal. South Africa once pioneered the first human heart transplant and gave us the first base bleed artillery capable of firing a tactical nuclear weapon. South Africa pioneered water treatment technologies that recovered safe drinking water from sewage, and it produced sophisticated steels used in highly specialized engineering processes. The list goes on, but you hopefully get the point. South Africa used to punch above its weight and was a genuine participant in the global economy. We produced things of value, sophisticated things, technologically advanced things. Then came BEE, and it changed the rules of the game by skewing the playing field in favor of those who only attribute was that they are politically connected. It actively discriminated against anyone that was creative and nimble in the field of science, engineering, and technology. It incentivized the out-migration of those people, merely because the rules of the game deliberately discriminated against excellence and rewarded those whose sole attitude was their ability to extract money without creating value. This is called rent-seeking behavior. I call it black privilege. The sale of diesel to run the standby generators in the national energy utility enables the extraction of money, but it creates no enduring value, so it's inherently parasitic. It's a textbook example of rent-seeking behavior. Any organism infested with parasites slowly succumbs to their voracious presence, and eventually they become so sick they die a miserable, lingering death. The collapse of Eskom is imminent for all the reasons noted above. It's deeply infested with parasites, extracting money without creating value. It's unsustainable for the same reasons that South African Airways has collapsed. It too had the game been played about the supply of fuel at inflated costs. But it also had the other games of supplying toothpicks, serviettes, cookies, butter and buns, all at inflated cost. It too has separated the right of remuneration from the responsibility of productivity. South Africa no longer produces anything of value to the world. The mining industry has collapsed, leaving a toxic landscape of hazardous waste that will poison society for the next century. Denel, that once played a global level in the field of sophisticated weapons systems, is collapsing after the theft of the intellectual property that used to fuel its engine. We have now become a society that creates, rewards, and protects thieves. Parasitic thieves, ambitious thieves, greedy thieves with an insatiable lust for money and an aversion to honest work and creativity. South Africa is that animal infested by parasites that extracts money without creating value. That poor animal is now emaciated and sick, not yet dead, but feeble and suffering. It will die, for that is inevitable. But before that, a predictable series of things will happen. Those things are inevitable, logical, and therefore predictable. I've seen them before firsthand when other parasite-infested countries died. I saw it in the Romanian Revolution that overthrew the tyranny of Nicolae Ceausescu. I saw in the Leipzig option that created rolling mass action to depose Erich Honecker in East Germany. I saw it in the Velvet Revolution of Czechoslovakia. In all cases, revolution deposed the parasitic class that had been extracting money earned by the sweat of the people without creating value for the nation. I saw it in the lingering demise of Robert Mugabe, who destroyed a proud nation because of his ruthless control over the extraction of money without the creation of value. This is what I believe the inevitable implosion of Eskom, South African Airways, PRASA, and every other state-owned enterprise is all about. We are witnessing the death of a destructive system called BEE that has sucked the lifeblood from a once vibrant economy and replaced it with a breed of oppressor that preys on the poor and vulnerable portion of society that they once claimed to have liberated. And that's the kicker in this whole article. The oppressed has become the oppressor, and technological advancement is no longer possible as we enter the new sanitation dark age, where raw sewage flows freely in every town and city of South Africa, and where pumps have ground to a halt because electricity production has been compromised by a class of parasite that is encouraged to supply diesel at inflated value but is protected because of patronage. I guess that kind of sums it up, guys. BEE has destroyed South Africa, and I've said that for many, many months now, but it's now self-evident. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video, please share this video, and above all, stay safe. Bye for now.